from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today on Sunday, September 28th with another one of my weekly WIP'n chats. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my life. So feel free to pull out one of your projects and work alongside me, or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it, because I feel like I have quite a few updates to get through, so we'll see how this goes. So before I get into it, the kit that I'm working on is Autumn Sunset by Joanna Gerard. I hope I said her last name right, but this is the image here. It's coming from Diamond Art Club, and I started it on September 1st, 2025. And I want to say I'm sort of somewhere in this area right now. It's been a very slow go, and I will talk to you about that in a moment. But in terms of my supplies, which they're pretty cool, I think at least. I have this super cute little ghost cover binder that I had bought from Yellow Dog Designs. They're a small shop here in Canada. Then my release papers are coming from Bee's Crafty Corner, another small shop in Canada, and they are these cute little fall teddy bears, which I am obsessed with. The tray that I'm using is last year's Drills and Chills tray from Creations Morin, another small shop in Canada. And finally, I'm using this pen here that is perfect for the fall season here in Canada. So it has like some cute like maple leaves. And this pen is from Creations Morin also. So let's get into it, because I'm going to be working through this section here. It's pretty confetti heavy. I'm getting into like that heavy duty leaf section again. But you know what? I've actually really been enjoying this kit. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. But how are you? What is new? For me here, I'm filming this at almost 7:30 at night. And to be honest, I am ridiculously tired. So most likely after I finish filming, I will be packing up, getting ready to literally go to bed, because I have had just a crazy week/weekend, and I need to be well rested for tomorrow, because Monday I go back to work. So anyway, but of course this WIP'n chat, it will be going up on Tuesday, which is always fun, I guess. Anyway, so how are you? What is new? That's what I want to know, because we are officially approaching the end of September and October starts this week, which, to be honest, I'm really excited for. I am a lover right now of cooler weather. I don't know what it is. I think like come August, I'm just done with the heat. I think that's what it is. I mean, if I was maybe like in like a beachy town, or like in the Caribbean or near the ocean where it's just always warm and sandy beaches, like all of that, I would love it. But being in more of a suburban downtown area, the heat, there isn't much relief, unless I am like at one of the public swimming pools. But right now, because I am at work, it's not like I can just go swimming during the day like how it was on my summer holiday. So I'm just ready for the cold. I'm done being hot and sweaty. But on all honesty, it's just actually been really muggy and humid, which is sort of weird for this time of year. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I mean, I guess I shouldn't complain too much, considering winter is just around the corner, and then it'll be like 6 months of snow. But anyway, so what did I get up to this week? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think. This past week was such a blur. Tuesday I had dance class, and that was really fun. Wednesday was chill. Thursday, oh my gosh, Thursday was rough. I had a really difficult day at work. And I don't really want to get into too many details, but it was just a very physically and emotionally exhausting day. And it did end up with me not feeling the greatest. And unfortunately, because of that, I didn't get off work like right away. And then there was a big accident on my commute home, which caused me to not get home until I think it was like just after 5. And normally I get home at around like 3:50, 4 o'clock. And then because of what had happened at work on Thursday, I needed a break. So I actually did not go to my dance class on Thursday, which sucked because dance is just such a good release for me. It brings me a lot of joy. But honestly, I'm glad I didn't go because physically I was just in a lot of pain. So that was that. But I'm a little like stressed now because I missed Thursday's class, and Thursday's dance class is an intensive where we have like homework and whatnot. I feel like I'm behind in that class right now. So I definitely need to like sit down and work on my choreography and, get myself back up, caught up with what we're doing with that class. So yeah, so that was my Thursday. Like I said, Thursday, it was just hard. But Friday, I did make it back to work, even though I was still sore. But Friday, I thought I was getting sick, like with a cold. So like, there's like some cold that's going around in my department. And I thought I was getting sick because on top of like being physically in pain, I woke up with like a weird itchy sore throat that I thought was maybe because I slept with my mouth open. So I thought, if I rehydrate, I'll be fine. But then it sort of didn't go away. And then my nose started running and I was like, oh gosh, please don't get sick. So then I ended up having emergency, which is like, I don't know. I keep seeing everyone at work taking it and they're like, oh, like anytime I feel a cold going on, I take this. It makes it less intense. So I had one of those. One of my friends at work had given that to me, and it tasted terrible. I found out you're sort of supposed to chug it, not sip it, because it's like this powder that's like, I guess, full of like vitamin C and like electrolytes and all this stuff that's supposed to help boost your immune system. But I think it worked because Friday when I got home, I had energy. Like I mean, my nose was still running, but it didn't seem like as intense. So I was like, maybe it's seasonal allergies, which worked in my favor because I ended up having to do laundry on Friday night because this weekend was super busy, and I will talk about that in a moment. But Friday, I had to do laundry, and in my apartment building, 5 of the 10 washing machines were out of order, which was scary because a lot of people in my building tend to do laundry on the weekend, so it's just super busy. But luckily, I was able to, I guess, get there before everyone else sort of got home. So I did my laundry on Friday. I had my book club Friday night, which none of us read the book. We've just all been so busy. So I had made the suggestion that maybe instead of talking about the book, we would just discuss like other books that we had been reading or things like that are book related that we were like excited about or had seen on social media, like just things like that, because there's always a ton of new book releases, and like my book friends, we'll all read roughly the same genre, but then there's certain genres that like some of us are more into than others. So for example, my one friend, she's really into like cozy, hallmarky type romances, whereas my other friend will read more like fiction and fantasy, like pure fantasy, not really like fantasy romance. And then you have me, who's like, if I'm not reading whatever we're reading in the book club, then I'm like, give me the dirtiest, darkest romance books possible. So It's always a fun time with the girls. But that was that. And on top of that, I also had to bake cookies because today, which is Sunday, when I'm filming this, was my Popo's 90th birthday. So Popo is grandmother, pretty much in Chinese. So that was crazy. So Friday, when I got home from work, it was busy. But then, to make my weekend even more busy, Saturday, I went to Niagara Falls with a friend. And my friend and I spent the entire day in Niagara, and it was so much fun. Because, first of all, the weather was absolutely perfect. And we actually ended up doing 2 of the attractions. So we ended up doing so I think in the States it's called Maid of the Mist, but here, like on the Canadian side, it's called City Tour, or like the boat tour. Where essentially you get on a boat and it takes you like super close to the falls, and it, like, I've never done it before. It was so crazy. So first of all, we got our tickets, and then when you get your ticket, you get like a rain poncho because obviously the mist is really intense. Hold on, let me just grab a color here. I'm just gonna grab the colors that I'll need so I can just keep talking as I get distracted. Okay, so typically you get your ticket and then they give you a like rain poncho jacket to wear as you're like, taking the boat closer to the falls. And then the crazy part is like you're in this boat and you're like literally eye level with the falls and the water crashing, and it takes you so close, and like it is so cool. But between, first of all, it was windy, so between the wind and then the water crashing from the falls, like everyone was soaked. It was so much fun though. And honestly, I don't know why I've never done that before. So we did that, and then we walked the like parkway slash boardwalk, just to see the falls from like different angles. And then we ended up doing the 360 Ferris wheel, where it just gives you, I think they said like there's a voice over when you're in like your like little pod, but it was saying like we're 53 or 54 feet up in the air. Like that's the highest point of this Ferris wheel. And it was so cool because you could see everything. And then on top of that, like it was a sunny day. Like it was just a clear day. Like it was just really good. So that was my Saturday. That was literally my whole Saturday. And then when I got back, I literally had to get myself organized for my Popo's 90th because it was being hosted at my aunt's house. And honestly, it was really nice. It was potluck style, so everyone just sort of brought a dish. I did cookies, and it was just nice being around family. It definitely puts into perspective like the idea of your health is your wealth, because my Popo, first of all, does not look 90, and she is so sharp. Like her brain is sharp. She loves to do puzzles, so my brother, sister-in-law, and I decided to get her a puzzle. And like she doesn't do like little simple puzzles. Like she's still into the 1,000 to 2,000 piece puzzles. She's like, oh, this puzzle you guys got me, it'll maybe take me about 3 weeks to do. And we're just like, what? Like it's 1,000 pieces. But anyway, she's very excited for the puzzle. I told her to keep me posted. And then after that, I ended up having to do groceries. Yay. Didn't really get myself organized for the work week. Normally I cook ahead, but I honestly didn't have time, which is fine because in the summer I cooked a bunch of meals and pre-portioned and froze it. So I decided that tomorrow I'll have chili for dinner. And then I also need to bake muffins. I didn't have time to do that this weekend because normally I bake homemade muffins to have for breakfast. I didn't have time, so I think Monday when I get home from work, I will bake myself some muffins for the week. And there we go. If I drop something. Yeah, so that was my weekend. It's just been busy. Like I said, I am tired. I honestly just want to get into bed. It doesn't help that I also had a late night Saturday because, one, after the excitement of Niagara Falls, I'm also almost done the book Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I only have like 50 pages left. So last night I stayed up super late reading. I think I was up till like 12:30. And then today I had to be up early because of the party. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish Quicksilver tonight, to be honest, because like I said, there's only 50 pages. And then once I'm done Quicksilver, I don't know what I'm going to start next because I still have to start the book that my dark romance book club chose, which, because I couldn't make the meeting, I have to confirm what the book is. I think it's a book called Blood Orange. I'm not 100% sure. Or I'll start reading The Spell Shop, which is for like the book club I'm in from the girls, like with the girls from high school, which I didn't realize how old I'm getting because high school was well over 10 years ago now, which is wild. But anyway, so I haven't decided what I'll read. We'll see. Of course, I did find out that I keep seeing it everywhere. It's called The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's this romance book. Probably those of you that are readers probably know what I'm talking about. I think it's by Lori Graham. Is that the author's name? I think. Or Lauren Graham. I can't remember. But anyway, that book's available on Kindle Unlimited. So I do have that book on my Kindle. So I might start that. I haven't decided yet. But we'll see. So yeah, that's what I've been reading. I honestly haven't had much time for TV. I've watched some Below Deck this week, but I haven't been watching it like religiously like how I normally do. Lately, like this past week when I was coming home from work, I sort of was coming home and napping. Work this past week was a little more intense and stressful, so I think that drained me. Yeah, those are my updates. Diamond painting news though, haha, because there actually is diamond painting news. So I finally caved and I had ordered Down the Rabbit Hole by Margaret Morales, because I think now there's only 3 Margaret Morales diamond paintings I don't have, which is Dark Lilith, Lumina. It's the one where the girl's like with all the purple and the butterflies, which I really wanted that one, but it sold out too fast. And then there was another one that's like just really soft and calm. And I am going to film a proper unboxing of this, but I did get a bronze card in Down the Rabbit Hole. Originally, I wasn't going to get this one because I have the other Alice in Wonderland themed one, but I saw someone working on this and I was like, yeah, no, I really like it. Which I think Margaret Morales and, of course, Miss Holly are still my top artists that I seem to always want their artwork for. But yeah, so that came in the mail this week. The canvas is so pretty. It's me. As soon as I get a new diamond painting, I have to kit it up and look at it and look at all the colors. And then, okay. So if you watched my WIP'n chat last week, I had talked about how I was feeling a little bit of burnout with the current diamond painting I'm working on, which is this lovely canvas called Autumn Sunset. And I was like, I don't know, guys, I might need to like kit up something else. I'm like finding it hard to motivate and like work on this. And I was like, is this loose? What on earth just happened? Why is this loose? Did I just break something? No, I didn't. I did not break anything. We're good. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I was like, I don't know. I'm finding it hard to stay motivated while I'm working on this diamond painting. I feel like I need to just kit something up, blah, blah, blah. So tell me how last Monday, I ended up kitting up Halloween Screams, the SpongeBob kit, which I will show it to you. Okay. So I've already put it in my diamond painting journal. It's this kit. This one. Okay. It's kitted up. Tell me how I kitted it up. I prepped the first row, ready to work on it. And then all of a sudden I got hit with, no, I want to just work on Autumn Sunset. And now I have this weird determination to complete this row and maybe start Halloween Screams soon. I don't know what's going on. So now I have Halloween Screams kitted up, unstarted. But I think part of it was I saw that someone completed Autumn Sunset and I read the comments and they said it. They were like, the upper right hand corner was really hard, which is this section because it's so confetti heavy. But then they said like after they finished that, like the rest of the canvas was a breeze. So then I decided to look at the canvas and I was like, oh, it really isn't as bad. I think it was just, I was feeling the burnout from this confetti situation, which don't get me wrong, it's still a little on the intense side for me. But after seeing someone complete it and knowing that I have my SpongeBob kit kitted up and I can just work on it whenever I want, I don't feel as like meh about this kit. And on top of that, because I made the decision to like withdraw myself from all of the events that I was participating in, which was Drills and Chills and the Cross Craft DP along, I feel that I don't feel as pressured to be working and making progress and trying to get stuff done, which is good because obviously crafting is not meant to be stressful. It's supposed to be like my stress relief. But yeah, since I've like shifted that mindset and pulled out of events and just relieved myself of that pressure, and then on top of that, because I hadn't have this SpongeBob kit kitted up, I have like this weird thing going on where I'm like, no, I want to finish this kit and then, you know, or at least get most of this kit done, and then I can, you know, start my SpongeBob kit because as most people know, I'm not a huge fan of having a ton of kits kitted up at the same time. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a weird diamond painting revelation that's taken place with my thoughts when it comes to diamond painting. And I think I've somehow like this part, like there was a portion of this canvas that was quite a lot of color blocking. I think because of that color blocking, it just gave me the rest I needed to like be like, yes, I can handle the confetti. Which makes me wonder if maybe I was feeling the burnout, not because of the confetti, but maybe it was the colors, because I like flew through the left side of the canvas where it was all the bright colors and it was sort of confetti because you were doing like the maple tree leaves and they were changing color. So maybe it's just these darker tones that I just don't do well on when it comes to confetti. I don't know. But anyway, but I also realized that this confetti side has a lot of special drill, like this beautiful fairy dust that I'm putting down, which honestly motivates me because I have a weird obsession with fairy dust, and I find like this darker fairy dust is just really pretty. Like I'll bring it closer to the camera, but this is stunning. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so in other words, I'm all over the place as per normal. I have literally, my social battery is dead, which is not good because my job is quite sociable, meaning that, you know, with me spending time with the kids and, you know, working with the educational assistants, and then often, you know, going through with emails and, you know, parent requests and this, that, and the other thing. Like, for me, it's a lot. Hence why once I'm home, I'm home. But this weekend was an abnormally busy weekend, because normally if I have one social event in a weekend, like that's face to face, then I don't do any other social events. But I did 2 this weekend. One on Saturday, one today. Ugh. Anyway, it's fine. It is what it is. Now, looking ahead to this coming week, I'm going to be honest, I do not know if I will have a video up for Thursday. We'll see what happens, because this coming week with work, it's a little busier. I have some deadlines I need to meet and submit documents to my admin, like my principal and VP, and then some other stuff is going on. So I don't know if I will have a video up Thursday. I haven't had time to just film. Because normally I film stuff way in advance. That's my Thursday videos. And then normally my WIP videos, I film them weekly, like every Sunday is when I film. So we'll see if there's something on Thursday. If not, I will share that on the community post page. So I do apologize if you do look forward to it and it's not there. But on the bright side, this coming Friday, October 3rd, Taylor Swift is dropping her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. And I'm actually a really huge Swiftie. It's really embarrassing because my family and friends know my deep love for Taylor Swift and my deep love of her music. So Friday the new album comes out, and the Life of a Showgirl release party documentary is coming to movie theaters this coming weekend. And of course I got myself a ticket, and of course I'm going Friday night. So I'm excited. I just hope that this work week goes by quick, or at least Friday comes quick, so that I can just listen to Taylor Swift nonstop. But yeah, so that is that. But other than that, this week should be pretty chill. I've got dance Tuesday and Thursday, which I plan on going to. And then Saturday, right now my weekend for next weekend looks pretty quiet. Saturday I have physio. I think a friend is coming to visit me on Saturday. And I'm not too sure about Sunday. I don't know. I think Sunday's just like a chill day, like a homebody day, like a day where I'll just stay on the couch, watch some movies, have like, you know, the classic quiet day. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, so that's that. It's a short WIP'n chat this week, honestly. But that's okay. I feel like my last few WIP'n chats were a little long because I rambled like there's no tomorrow. But anyway. Okay, so I'm looking at the clock. It's almost 8 o'clock. And I'm tired. So I'm actually going to wrap up this WIP'n chat here. I'm just going to finish putting the drills in this section. Yeah, because I honestly just want to go to bed. And also finish my book Quicksilver. So I'll turn off the light so you can see, but this is it here. I'm almost done this section. In terms of this kit, I'm really liking it. I have noticed though that some of my drills are starting to pop up, but it's been like an easy fix where I can just press them in with my finger. So I have a feeling it just has to do with my placement, because I haven't had it where the drills are like really tight, like they're not fitting. So this grid is not super duper tight, but it's not super like spaced out. I think the drills that are like starting to pop up a bit, it's because I didn't place them like properly in, because they're sort of up a little. Yeah, I think I'm just putting them in a little crooked, but I'm not surprised. I'm not a perfect diamond painter. It is what it is. So anyway, if you did enjoy today's WIP'n chat, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye everyone.